Welcome to Demons Discuss, the unofficial podcast about the All Souls universe and the topics that orbit it. We're your hosts, Angela, Jean, and Valerie. I am Valerie, and with me is Angela and Jean. Happy holidays, ladies.
Greetings.
Greetings.
And happy Feast of St. Nicholas Day.
Yes.
Yay.
Look out for Krampus tonight.
Yes.
More importantly.
What are we talking about today, Jean?
Holiday plans.
And holiday plans, right.
And year-end reflections and
Our annual hot mess that we tack onto our calendar
Yes.
every year.
I think they're catalog that too, though.
Yeah.
Yes. The catalog of the year that's passed and the year that's before us.
That's right, because it wouldn't be a year of Demons Discuss without the hot, messy holiday edition
Yeah.
at the end of the year.
We did it good one year, though. We actually had a book related and took passages out of the book. Well,
I think that was the first one, right?
yeah.
That's that's before we knew better.
Okay, guys. So if you're thinking about a holiday gift to yourself, how about joining us on Patreon? Because you have to take care of you before you take care of anybody else. And for $2, $2 a month, you can have us every week. I mean, after our holiday break and all that, but every week. That's right.
Sure, they sign up. You lied to me.
Talk about self-care.
Yeah.
Jean, why? Angela, why?
Why not?
Oh, God.
Swag.
Swag.
Yeah.
Do it for the swag.
Do it for the swag. Do it for the nonsense. Do it for my random book recommendations we give on the after show. Do it for
Quarterly drawing.
litigation glamour.
Yes,
Right.
litigation
Or-
glamour.
That's
Do
right.
it for Ghost Stories with Angela. Do it for Valerie and her railing at the universe.
You can get to know us a little bit better. I'm not sure that's a good thing, but hey, for $2 a month, you can figure that out.
Yeah, like I said, it's self-care. You'll realize that you're better off than we are.
I feel like those freaking crazy leaders. I feel better about myself.
I think I'm in a pretty good place right now.
Right.
It's a public service we offer.
That's right. And yeah, so the swag, we do talk to you if you choose to read the Patreon page once a month. You know, we send our demons greetings. You get some more insider information and figure out how we do things because we talk about it freely on the after show. Yeah. And if you're interested, go visit
Yes.
at patreon.com/demonsdiscuss. And that ends that. So let's go into some fandom news, talk about the show, talk about the books, talk about whatever. Let's get this part out of the way because, you know, we are an All Souls podcast. So we should probably knock that out first.
Yeah. Filming's going to be coming to an end soon. They
I know.
are filming episode 10, and Teresa Palmer has said that they're going to take a holiday break and then finish up in the new year.
Yeah.
Wow.
What did she say? 7 more weeks of filming with a 2-week break?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So into January, no more filming. Hopefully that means they're going to start releasing some sneak peeks and stuff.
Yes.
That would be great. I would love that.
And in other fandom news and investigation, Amazon UK has put up the pre-order for the season 2 DVD with a projected delivery date of December 5th, 2020.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. You start counting weeks back and that puts us about, Mabon.
Yeah.
10 episodes.
So do you think we'll be getting it simultaneously with the UK or maybe like a couple weeks behind or a month behind?
I'm hoping we get it at the same time, but I suppose that's a question. That's a question for Sundance and
Yeah.
AMC.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I'm in the dark right now, so I'm just kind of...
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going from, you know, and the whole thing is with Amazon, it could just be a pre-order placeholder and they can change you can
Sure.
change a date on a pre-order any damn time. And the other thing about the posting is that it shows a 360-minute playtime, which we know can't be right since Deb has confirmed we're getting 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Right.
I would be okay with them starting 2 weeks earlier than season 1 did and ending on All Souls Day.
Oh, I would be too.
That would take planning on their part. I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, but do we want to watch it on a hotel TV?
That's true. That's true.
That's true too.
So with the All Souls Con being Halloween and All Souls Day.
Right.
Or All Saints Day, excuse me.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
they'd
don't
give
know.
us listen to me just speculating, throwing false.
Hey, yeah, Laura, get us a premiere of the finale.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. We could all watch it together. That'd be fantastic.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Laura's like, yeah, I'm on top of that right after
Yeah.
I get
Get
a
on
venue.
that, Laura. And this is another thing you get with the demons. We feel free to plan everybody else's life.
Yes.
That's right. And if it doesn't go according to our plan, we are free to say, I told you so. I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
Seems like lots of Jack, lots of Gallo Glass, lots of Pierre. So
No
got to see
Philippe
Pierre-
reveals, though.
Pierre's
no
feet.
Philippe. Yeah, Pierre's feet. Yeah.
And we barely got a reveal on Matthew, so.
Didn't I see, maybe it was a paparazzi shot, or I don't know if it was a paparazzi shot of,
There was one of him in a coffee shop, which was from the coffee shop owner. There was a couple of paparazzi shots of them at one of the castles in Wales with the boat. There was a really blurry, if you zoom in, you think it might be James Purefoy from the shots that the actor who played the priest from the wedding
Oh yes.
yeah,
hustled out.
right.
Yeah, that was different.
Different. That's an interesting way to put that. That was a different.
It's the holidays. I'm trying to be nice.
Technically, we've only consumed one official photo of Matthew Good, though. Correct?
One official photo of Matthew Good and one official photo of Stephen Cree in costume.
Yes.
Right.
And maybe a couple of Teresa. Did we get a couple of official pictures of Teresa, or
I
were
went
those
with
mostly
Matthew.
from? Those
That's-
were mostly from her
Yeah, I think the ones of
personal
her.
account.
Yeah, but the one with the publicity one in the beginning.
Yeah, and then we got that publicity one at the back of Louisa and
Kit.
Kit.
Right.
Kit looked like he had a black eye.
And a
Which
wig on.
has
It looked
to
like
be
he had a
really
wig.
Interesting. Yeah, bad wig. Oh, and other fandom news, and I don't think anybody. Angela was the eagle eye who confirmed what I thought I saw. Ed had a Insta story up not too long ago with Jacob
Yeah, Benjamin.
drunk on a park bench from the looks of it.
Oh, Lord.
Well, no. I'm not picking on Jonathan Rhys Meyers, but it wasn't like that. It was just like him
No.
enjoying a pint in a lawn chair or something.
Yeah, yeah, like on a park bench with a beer in his hand, Carlsberg in his hand.
Yeah.
Okay. See, because on a park bench and a little bit lit just reminds me of some hobo somewhere.
Yeah.
There were no paper bag. There was no liquor and paper bags involved.
Yeah.
No Mad Dog. Yeah, I'm still like trying to come to grips with the fact that Benjamin's going to be cute.
Yeah. Well, after
That's
seeing that
good.
picture again, it was a nice reminder. I'm like, I don't mind
Yeah,
that.
he's a nice looking young man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be a test of our moral values and how we see things.
in cougar power too.
Right. Was Benjamin that bad, really? Oh, that'd
He
be
just needs a
terrible.
mother's love. It's going to be one of those days.
Angela, you were saying that Farron would be directing, would you say, episodes 1?
1, 6, 7, 8, and 10. So definitely the bookends, the beginning and
Yeah.
the last, and then a few towards the end of the season. And
Right.
Jean, as you said, probably not the Philippe ones.
Yeah, they sound more like it sounds like most of the English stuff.
Yes.
I mean, if you think about it, because I think Prague is probably episode 9.
Right. Do you think they're going to spend a lot of time in Prague like we did in the books? Oh, my God.
I think that Teresa, our tweet from today, we're recording it again on Krampus Day.
Right.
That silver gown, I'm guessing, is probably from Rudolph.
Oh.
And Deb, didn't she gram a picture with the pufferfish
Yes.
about Rudolph's court? So
yep.
they are going to Prague, but they're not going to Prague.
Right.
We did not get a name for an actor of who's playing Rudolph, right?
Or the
No.
Maharal.
Right.
And I hope the Maharal does not get cut. I really don't. I want to see him in the Golem.
So, Jean or Valerie, have you watched His Dark Materials at all?
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
Because the Demons are done very well. I'm not saying that they have the exact same teams on both productions, but the Demons are done very well. They're the animals that can speak and act and everything. So if Cora's like that, it'll be fantastic. Not at all puppet-like,
yay.
not at all fake, not at all too CGI. I mean, they really are incorporated like real companions.
Wow.
Neat.
Okay.
Kind of like
So they have
well,
the technology.
Yes.
well done,
Okay.
Yoda.
Yeah, I mean, I think better. I mean, for the variety of demons that are in there too, because like one's a ferret, one's a monkey, one's a hawk, one's a snake. Very good.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So actually, now thinking about it, they could really, really do the scene at Goodies where the familiars meet.
Oh, that would be so wonderful.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
Bennu and Cora and the Fetch.
Oh, and the Force spell.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that could be wonderful with the tree, the Rowan tree popping up and Cora sitting on the tree. And oh my gosh.
I wonder how they're going to get all of that in. Because here we are. I mean, we're probably around what you figure 10 chapters, less than that, away from the end of Shadow Knight. And that took us like a year and something to do with very long episodes. I still am marveling on how they're going to
I know.
press this into 10 episodes.
I mean, when we're all said and done, we'll probably spend 50 hours talking about this book.
More than that, easily. More than that. 50. Yeah, around 50, 55.
And we probably still come up with new stuff about it as we think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, anything else going on in the fandom? I mean, it's been kind of quiet. Well, that's for
Yes.
me. I've been off of social media for a month, really.
Even having been on social media, it's kind of the calm before the storm. I mean, you get some people rattling the cage bars a little bit every so often.
What do you mean by that?
I
Let me
mean-
play Angela. What do you mean?
What do I mean by that? It's like the Gallowglass contingent, because you've got the one person who's extremely active on Twitter, especially, is Stephen Cree, and he's got a whole contingent that's kind of followed him over from Outlander. And
yeah.
so, I mean, if there's a burst of activity, it's usually in that realm.
Right.
Teresa's been the steady force. I think people would be absolutely losing their minds if not for the few photos
Yeah.
that she posts of herself personally. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not even like a production, but it's her and her, just something Shadow of Night.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and it's usually with her kids, and sometimes there's product placement and
Product
it's always
placement.
tied. It's always tied in with her Zen Mama stuff too.
Ah, Zen Mama stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good for her.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it makes perfect sense. I mean, she's doing the working mom thing on the set. So.
Yeah, makes sense.
And we get to see some of the costumes, so I'm not going to complain too much.
You know what? I'm very pleasantly surprised about the costume, but one of the pictures she put up, I felt the ruff kind of looked like fairy wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but actually that came from a portrait of Elizabeth.
It did.
They
It's-
modeled it.
yeah.
Yeah. They modeled it after a portrait of Elizabeth. I saw somebody did the side by side.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, what's going on there? Because I
Yeah.
always imagine a ruff a lot more substantial, I guess.
You that posted the one the other day, Angela, and I said it looked kind of like a HEPA
Yes.
filter
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
with all the pleats and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So I'm kind of curious. I really want to see more of the men's costumes, to be honest with you, because that one little fuzzy shot we got of Philippe, he was wearing green, which has me really curious.
I wonder if they're going to actually incorporate breeches. Do you know? Because we saw Matthew's pants and they were far from breeches.
They were
those-
more like trues, yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of wondering how the men's fashion is going to go.
Well, we did see some breeches we saw breeches on the extras from when they were at Gloucester Cathedral. And they were filming some of the court scenes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember those.
Because I thought, well, the one I really liked was the ambassador from the Ottoman Empire in all of his like robes, which was really kind of cool, looking like something out of Lawrence of Arabia.
Am I thinking of the scene when they got back from Prague? Is that the one?
Yeah, I think that's what they may have been filming,
Right.
because they were and they were probably filming it way out of order. But
Right.
yeah, because Deb made a comment about she was posting the photos, and it was supposed to be at Elizabeth's court. So
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how that whole Prague thing's going to go because we haven't seen a whole lot and we don't have any news on who's cast as Rudolph or
Right.
or Mary Sidney for that matter.
Mary Sidney, or she's staying in, or are they cutting her out, which to me would be
Yeah.
very odd.
Oh, it's terribly odd
So,
because Diana does need a friend.
yeah. maybe she'll be able to demonstrate that with the witches and her gathering. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just speculating right now.
Yeah, that's all this is, people. It's speculating. We don't know a damn thing. We're just talking out of our ass.
Well, it's that too. But, if you frame it as speculation, then it's less...
Yeah, don't quote us.
Yes.
Yeah. It's less seemly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just...
Yeah.
Well, a product of an aging memory, plus not having read the book recently of Shadow of Night, I can't wait to see how Shadow of Night wraps up. I don't catch up until we record an episode, so I'm like, it's going to be interesting.
It is our reread. And I've been jumping ahead, like right now, I haven't flashed forward to the end of Shadow of Night, but I've been jumping ahead to Book of Life. Mm-hmm. And I've been listening to that and reading that to kind of get my head around it because, like we've said plenty of times on this podcast, we did not read it as thoroughly as we did Shadow of Night. Mm-hmm. It wasn't
a seamless read.
Yeah. No, we rushed through it, went back for a couple parts, and that was pretty much it. We knew the ending, and then if we had questions in parts, we'd go back to the book, but nothing where you thoroughly absorbed it like we did. I think, we had all that time in between Shadow of Night and Book of Life, so all we had was Shadow of Night to fall back on. Yeah. We rolled around in Shadow of Night versus Book of Life. We kind of swam through right quick and got out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had other things to do, like get this podcast started.
That's true.
That is true. Wow.
Yeah. Well, this podcast wasn't even when Book of Life came out, this podcast wasn't even a glimmer.
No.
Well, all right, the website. We had demony things to do.
Yeah, we were planning the end of Armitage for Claremont.
Yeah.
And we were slowly starting Demon's Domain. And this was all behind the scenes. No one had any idea, but
all our demony posts.
Yeah.
Oh, and some other All Souls news. I think we may be close to getting an announcement on the book.
Oh, good. Forgot about the book.
Because from what Deb's been saying on social media lately, seems to suggest she's close to being done.
That's right. She had the tweet with the 3 purple notebooks, like 3 volumes in one book. What does she keep in there? She doesn't write word for word what she's going to say. She just writes ideas.
No, she puts all her notes and does her daily writing prompts that have to do with the book. If it's like book related, I guess, and she does her outlines and stuff.
They're just kind of idea books.
I think so.
Yeah, I should put the purple notebook thing into the show notes because it feels like she's getting a little bit closer to revealing.
Yeah,
what's
that's what
in
I mean.
that.
It's like I think we're going to see a big pile of paper with a rack on top of it saying she's sending stuff off to the publisher.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's crazy. We're getting another book.
I know.
Yay.
Yay is right.
I just want to know whose it is.
Well, we know Matthew and Diana are going to be in it. She said pretty much that.
Yes.
Well, I just want to know who's going to be on the psychiatrist couch this time.
Yeah. Who's Diana going to be like observing? Because that's what it seems like it's set up as. Diana is like pulling these memories out of people or sitting down. Sit down next to me. Talk to me.
And I still want to know why she's going to the magical warehouse.
Who?
Diana.
Oh, okay.
Remember that scene Deb read to us on one of her Facebook Lives about Diana going to like the
Michaels.
Yeah, the Michaels of magic.
Michaels or Hobby Lobby or...
Oh, it'd never be Hobby Lobby.
No, it wouldn't. Or Joann's.
Yeah, with a coupon. She seemed to have her coupon with her. I got my 50%
Who were your guesses? Who did you guys say?
I don't know. I'm pretty much up in the air. At first, I thought Baldwin and Miriam is now popping into my head right now.
Me too. I think Miriam.
Miriam was my guess because Deb told me flat out it wasn't Baldwin.
Right. I thought maybe Baldwin needed his story told, or maybe that needs to marinate for a while.
He's not ready to talk to Diana. Maybe I'll tell Matthew.
Right.
I haven't been paying attention to the clues that she's been dropping, and I didn't care, and I still don't care. But Miriam just popped in my head too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she keeps saying that it's somebody she wasn't expecting. That's why I'm kind of thinking maybe Miriam.
Really? She wasn't expecting Miriam? That's weird.
Well, she was trying to work on Gallow Glass.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then it was like it started something else. That's why I'm thinking it's Miriam also just because I think she really started to dig deep with Miriam because Aisha inspired her.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's kind of my gut feeling there.
And she seemed to have spent some time with her personally.
Right.
Yeah, and And it sounds like they spend a lot of time personally talking about the character. So,
And she's even said there's things that she sees the actors and actresses do that she's like, yep, I can see them. I can see that character doing that.
And that would spin her imagination.
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
Imagine if it was Philippe and Diana was just sitting
I
there
would
with
die.
Philippe's
Okay,
ghost.
stop it now.
So, Ghost of Philippe, tell me about yourself. That would be a book. Holy shit.
That's the last book.
You think?
I think it's the last book.
You wouldn't want to release that first. Be
Yeah.
like, why do I need to read the rest of this shit then?
It's like, I got my answers. Yeah. Except the damn goddess story probably wouldn't be in it.
Oh, didn't I see Deb say something? Oh my God. I glimpsed on social media and she said, yes, Isabel will explore that story.
Really?
Yes.
Does she
It was in
mention the
group.
goddess? Oh,
It
in the
was
group. Okay.
Somebody said, have we got, because it pops up every 6 months. It's like, so Diana said that, or
Did I misreading it or something?
you
Yeah,
misreading it? I'll have to put a link up for you so you
No,
can read it.
I mean, the question is always like, I read all 3 books. Did I miss it?
Yeah, that's what
No,
it's.
that's-
And Deb popped on there. I'm not sure if it was on the Facebook group or what. And Deb popped on there and said, "You will be getting that story." I was like,
I think it was on Twitter.
Fucking God! Oh,
Because they were
it was on
whining about
Twitter.
it. Yeah, they were whining about it on Twitter again. I'm like,
Right. Okay. When we say whining, I whine about this constantly, guys. So, don't feel bad when we say they were
Yeah.
whining about it on Twitter. I whine about
It's
it
like-
all the fucking time.
because it's like we've been whining. It's whining about it. 'Cause it's like, we've been asking this question for 7 years. It's like,
That damn goddess story.
there's a damn goddess story.
Ever since Book of Life came out, I've been asking that question because I was expecting it and I was looking for it.
Oh,
and I
man.
shook the book once I got Book of Life and the story did not fall
not
on the
fall
floor
out.
for me. And I was
No.
upset.
And I checked the spine for like maybe the super secret version of
Oh,
it.
right.
folded
A
up in
hidden message.
spine.
Wouldn't that be a marketing trick? Oh.
Oh. Ooh.
Don't let me come up with ideas and be like, yeah, copyright me. Copyright me and Gene.
What did it say?
Jill,
What is your
Jill,
idea?
Don't listen. Don't listen.
Putting the goddess story in the spine of a new book.
Yeah, like folded up as the super secret little
Wouldn't that be a
bonus.
a marketing trick? That's what we're saying. Wouldn't that be?
Logistics of assembling it probably sucks, but I like it.
They couldn't even get fold outs in World of All.
Yeah, you couldn't get a gatefold page in World of All Souls, and I'm going to be hand packing folded up pages into spines. The fuck?
I remember in the group we were saying a long time ago, if I was in there, where it was Ashmole 782, and I said that idea. I said, you can do a search, and it says, what if it was Ashmole 782 was inside the books that were published or whatever? I'm like, that would have been cool. So we're still on the same wavelength.
Hey, there you go.
I know.
I liked you guys for a reason. Okay. So any other news, guys? Any other thing that's niggling our brains about the series or the TV show or anything else you want to talk about? It's been relatively quiet. So
How are they going to bring up the babies in the blood rage? Since we didn't get the damn tea.
I know.
I'm bitter about that.
I feel like it's going to be a surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, surprise baby. There's a romantic trope.
I feel like at the very end of Shadow of Night or very end of season 2, we're going to find out about the babies. And since Book of Life is all about sciencey explanations, we'll get it then. That's my theory.
Yeah, but I kind of think we still have to have something about the blood rage for the hay barn, because I think we're getting the hay barn.
Right. You need the hay barn.
God,
Absolutely.
if we don't get the hay barn, I will riot.
You can still have the blood rage in the hay barn, but it doesn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't see us getting through this season without them at least bringing up the blood rage.
Blood
Yeah.
rage, yes. Babies, I think that's going to be a surprise.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're going to cover the miscarriage. It's too much.
Yeah, it's too much, and it eats up a lot of time.
Yeah. And
It's too nuanced, although that means we're not getting wall sex.
Boo. They can
Listen,
find another reason to have wall sex.
yeah, I was going to say.
You could just be going out and getting drunk with Kip for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Without, doesn't need a reason.
Be like, falling in love with Diana was one thing. Just being married to her, I need to go out.
Yeah, I need a drink.
It happens to guys every single day going out and their wives are just perfectly fine, healthy at home, and they still go out and
Piss them off.
yeah.
Go out and be like,
Mine doesn't, and I'm like, why don't you go out?
I'm trying to kick him.
I need some peace. Go out, do something.
Don't you need to get high, drink on some people?
Oh, jeez. But whatever you do, don't do what the guy in Michigan did and rear end the state trooper's car the first day they had recreational marijuana.
Oh, shit.
Legal in the state.
See, folks, that's why you can't have nice things.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Not even one day, and they went out and fucked it all up.
Yeah, they don't need an excuse for that. Matthew can go out and misbehave. He is the proverbial hot mess anyway.
Yeah.
So
This is true.
it works out with. Although I wonder how we're going to see the hot mess. Is that going to come out a little more because they kind of kept that under wraps?
Yeah,
in the first season.
Craving some hot. Well, it looks like we're getting the ague. So I don't know about the hot mess.
It could be a hot mess some other way. I don't know. Jeez.
I don't want them to do scene for scene. I mean, I know they're not going to, but some of that stuff, like, they can easily combine a lot of that stuff. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking because that's when the first time I was truly mad at Matthew is when he went carousing with Kit and came home to Diana collecting the stuff on the stairs.
How dare you? Get out.
Angela doesn't want you anymore.
I think that was a wake-up call to all of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
You male.
Yes.
You are such a testosterone-driven man.
When you're reduced to that, it's like you man.
It's like, I feel sorry for myself because my wife miscarried. You're like, what? I
mean, wait, what?
Are you fucking kidding me?
When you get into the nuance, you can be like, oh, yeah, he's already lost a child and he was filling Bianca with death and he's just feeling sorry for himself. And there's
the whole filling
thing.
my wife with death thing was what really got on my nerves. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So much drama.
In the church scene when we got that, you didn't feel bad for him at all?
Well, I felt bad for him and then he pulled that line. It's like, I'm filling her with...
And I'm not saying men who experience miscarriages can't feel bad, but Matthew could have handled it differently and not gone out with Kit right then. Yeah, well, he could have given it a moment.
And my whole thing was with him putting it the way he put it. He was such a drama llama in that moment.
Yeah,
it's like, well, you're not the one that had the baby leading out of you, and you're like, oh.
So all of a sudden, it's just happening to you,
or
because of you. It's all about you,
right?
Man.
Yes, it was such a God. You're such a man,
and I hate reducing it down that way because people are more nuanced than that. But that was the only thing I can come up with. It was lizard brain reaction, like, oh man,
yeah.
Everybody's allowed a lizard brain once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely, fuck yeah.
Oh God.
Okay. How was your holidays, guys? I mean, we're the week. Okay. So real time, we're the week after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're currently in our hiatus, and this episode will break the hiatus for a second, and then we'll go on another. So, Angela, how about you? What'd you do? How'd you spend it?
Thanksgiving was good.
Yeah.
Very good. Very peaceful. Everyone, and it was like one of our best Thanksgivings, actually. It was just like warm and cheerful.
Good.
Yeah.
What'd you eat?
Turkey.
Turkey, duh.
Still eating turkey.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. I just finally finished off all the roasted root vegetables today.
Oh, how did your delayed Thanksgiving dinner go?
It worked out very well.
Good.
The Cowboys sucked big time, so they got home before the game was totally over.
Damn, there goes your perfect piece.
Right.
Oh, no, it wasn't bad, except for the fact that the friend of Al's that went with him, he's a big boy and he's always freaking hungry. So it's like, oh great, let me whip up. So I had to figure out something to whip up to, like, it's like he's like a teenage boy, but he's 40. And like, okay, let's make some hamburgers here real quick.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Well, apparently, everything is expensive at Jerry World, but for the Thanksgiving game, they were serving Thanksgiving in a bowl.
Oh God.
What?
For $25?
For $25, yeah. But from what Al was saying, the couple that was sitting next to them, it looked delicious.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Because it was like stuffing and sweet potato and turkey and a little bit of mashed potato and gravy.
Cranberry sauce, probably.
Cranberry. They didn't do cranberry. Oh, you could have it on the side if you wanted. And like fresh steamed broccoli. The broccoli was still like crunchy.
Oh.
So it wasn't like a gross, soggy, hot mess. They did a really nice job, but still it was like $25 for a bowl of dinner. So
then I should have gotten that. Said he got hamburgers.
No, I was like, we were going to eat when they got, he and I were going to eat when we got home, but it's like, I ended up having to like feed them. It was just kind of funny. But it was, cool. Yeah, everything came out well. We still have leftovers. We're still eating.
Yeah, us too. But now is the time. Now's the breaking point in our refrigerator where we just got to, okay, no one's going to eat this. No one's going to eat this.
So what new things did Robert and Devin come up with this time?
Okay. So as far as the meat, there was prime rib, there was duck, and there was turkey.
How did the duck come out?
Delicious.
Why are you torturing yourself, Gene?
I know.
I'm just curious. I am just truly curious.
Yeah, the duck came out beautiful, and Robert had made this orange sauce on the side.
Ooh, very nice.
It was so good. Very good. He's getting really good with it. The turkey.
Did he get the bigger one, or is he getting that for Christmas?
The bigger what?
Smoker.
Oh, he did. He did.
Okay.
That was part of the deal. The part of the deal was, I shall get you this. However, it is part of your Christmas present.
I see.
Yes, he did get the bigger one, and he retained the smaller one. He had both of them going. It was good.
Oh, wow.
Then he did cubed sweet potatoes, smoked.
Ooh, smoked
deviled eggs. Oh my God.
Wow.
You haven't lived.
What's so good about them?
They have this smoky flavor in addition to everything else, you know?
Okay.
Everything you like about deviled eggs, if you like deviled eggs, my experience, people either like them or hate them.
Oh, I love them.
I love them. I love them. And I love the traditional kind with just, mayonnaise, maybe a little chopped onion in there. And some people put like a little dill in the yolk mixture, and you put what's the red stuff? Come on, I can't.
Paprika.
Thank you, paprika.
With the smoking and the paprika together. Oh my gosh, that sounds so delicious.
It is so good. It's so good.
Ugh.
Yeah, so you boil the eggs, you cut them in half, then you take out the yolky stuff.
That's like the hardest part. Ugh.
And then you smoke the egg whites.
Oh, okay.
Yes, right? And then you pull that out, then you take the mixture, you put it in, and you put it back into the smoker for 15 minutes, and he put little pieces of bacon in there, some dill, so good. Oh my God.
God, did he like make 5 dozen of them?
They were all gone.
You'd have to do like 6 dozen eggs.
They were all gone. We bought like 4 18 packs of eggs.
Wow.
Yeah, they were all gone.
Wow.
All of them. Because we wound up having 17 people at our house.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we like deviled eggs so much. I keep looking for like the old school deviled egg platter.
Oh,
you know how it had like the little divots for to keep
like
the
70s
eggs from
style.
Keep the eggs from sliding around. I want one of those so bad.
I'm sure you can find one.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking for a cool one, and I keep every time I go into like thrift stores, I always look because it's like. That one's not quite right. It's like searching for this perfect deviled egg platter.
Right. Devin made 3 pies.
Ooh.
One was pumpkin, one was apple cream pie.
Apple cream?
It was delicious. Not at all what I expected. And traditional apple pie. So, yeah, I got all 3 of those. And Ace's contribution was to pour chips and pretzels and stuff in a bowl. There you
nice.
go.
Hey, Hey.
He showed up with soda and lots of chips.
Oh, but no, you didn't have to worry about Mom eating them, though. At least they weren't CBD chips. That's a plus.
No. And we'll go into the personality dynamics a little bit more in the after show. But yeah, overall, I can report it was a good visit. So
Good.
That was
good.
Yeah. So Thanksgiving's over, and now we have Christmas coming up. And I haven't even thought about a giveaway for us. We need to do that. I know.
Okay, after show.
Show. We'll do it how we normally plan. We'll plan it on the after show.
And that's another bonus of the after show. You get to see how the sausage is made.
Sometimes it's messy, but it's fun.
True. Oh my goodness, but that all sounds so delicious. Oh my gosh.
It was good. It's good. You guys are going to have to come out one year.
Yeah.
When we do these.
God. Wow, that'd be great.
Yeah.
We did ice cream for dessert and it was so funny because believe it or not, Al's never had Cool Whip.
What?
What? What?
Let alone he's never had frozen Cool Whip.
Oh.
What is wrong with him?
It's like, what did his mother do to him as a child? It probably explains a lot. But it was so funny because he's like, well, I was just going to get 2 ice creams, but I grabbed 3 instead because I said, you make up your mind which one to do for dessert. And he goes, and then I was like, thinking about buying the Cool Whip. I'm like, why didn't you?
I know.
Because we had gotten on this tangent. We've been watching Mad Men, and they get the Cool Whip account or something in one of the episodes, and he's like, I've never had that. And my reaction was, what?
I know.
And then it's like, and I was explaining to him how, like, you got to get the original, and it sometimes is just frozen out of the bowl is like the best thing to do.
The best way to have it.
You don't need the ice cream or anything to put it on. You just need it out of the container. And he's like, really? I'm like, really? And he's like, I was really thinking about buying it. And I said, yeah, shut up.
There's so many elevated ways to make strawberry shortcake, but do you remember making it as a kid? You'd buy those little Hostess cups.
Yes.
Yes. The little like angel food cups.
Yeah.
Shortcake
and strawberries and Cool Whip, and there you go. That was it.
And that's all you need.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
It was delicious.
But, you want to go out and there's always somebody out there who wants to complicate the recipe.
Yes.
And make it all gourmet and get the heavy whipping cream and do it from scratch, and it doesn't taste the same.
No.
I don't know.
But back to your ice cream. My family is a huge ice cream eating family, and I'll get the waffle cones. You'd think we just won the lottery. Everyone is so happy. And when I have my meetings at work, I always serve ice cream sundae bar in the afternoon. I don't care who you are. It makes you happy.
Oh, I know.
Waffle cones.
And then I was like, we've got Bluebell. So he got like all he got banana pudding, cookies and cream, and then the Texas two-step, which is like cookies and cream and chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream mixed together.
Oh.
Yeah. The only thing is they didn't have the Christmas cookie ice cream in the small containers, or he would have bought that too, which has mashed up like frosted Christmas sugar cookies mixed up in the ice cream.
I love those.
Oh my God, it's so good. It is evil.
I love those so much. Matter of fact, Safeway sells those, and as soon as you walk in, you see them. They're like plastic boxes, rows and rows of these sugar cookies. And I've never tried Safeway's version, but Devin makes some that are awesome.
The South Chicago neighborhood my dad's from, the bakery my grandmother used to work at, they used to have like the sugar spice cookies, the Christmas trees, and that just had the green sugar sprinkled on them instead of frosting.
Oh, God.
And they weren't quite gingerbread, but they were more like, they really were sugar spice cookies. Oh God, I miss those. Those were so good.
What am I thinking of? There's a cookie. It's like a sugar cookie, but it's not called a sugar. Snickerdoodles. Yeah. I've seen those done up like a sugar cookie. Snickerdoodles with the frosted sugar or the colored sugar on top. Oh my God.
Those are
delicious. Good. See, and I'm contemplating taking all my teeth out and putting implants in. See, and this is why.
Now I want to make some sugar cookies and like that butter creamy frosting that never goes on. Like it's kind of like always has like the knife marks in it when you swirl it on.
Oh my God,
I love that. Or Al's mom would send us these. She'd do the thumbprints and fill them with the buttercream. Use the buttercream frosting as the fillings. Oh, yum.
I'm hungry.
My mom always put the jam in hers, but it's like,
Yeah, I like the jam.
The ones with the frosting are pretty good too.
Like here they sell those fair scones with the jelly in it, or you can get the kind with the buttercream.
Ooh.
I always get the kind with the buttercream.
Oh man. I'm a whore for the buttercream. If something's got buttercream in it or on it, that's mine.
Yeah.
Just bring it over here to mama.
There's a company here that specializes in fair scones, and we used to call it the Puyallup Fair, but now it's just called the Washington State Fair, and they have them there all the time. And this is another thing that you have to get while it's hot and warm. Otherwise,
kind of like
it's
cider donuts.
Yes.
Yes,
Otherwise,
yes.
it's a brick. And so good with the buttercream. Oh, God.
I dare anyone to put buttercream on something and it not be good.
Yeah. Do you guys have nothing but bunch cakes in your state to store that sells? Those are crazy crack delicious. Harold dragged me in there and I got one. It has cream cheese frosting and I couldn't give a crap about cream cheese frosting. Theirs is soft and creamy and delicious.
Oh,
and
was it the carrot cake with the buttercream all the way through the middle?
They put it on every cake. So I
know, but the carrot cake one is like, oh my God.
When you walk in, they have samples. So they had pumpkin spice. Yeah. We did buy a carrot cake. We've tried the red velvet. We've tried the chocolate. We've tried, I don't know, like so many of them, but it has to be like at least 96 of butter because I don't know how it could taste so good. I don't even like butter, but when it tastes that good, it's got to be so bad for you.
Oh yeah.
God.
And I love the ones they sell the small ones. I'm like, oh,
yes.
You mean the individual single serving?
It's like popcorn.
I'll just finish this one myself, thanks.
Kind of like those personal pan pizzas. You don't feel so bad, but you're eating a whole little pizza by yourself.
I know. Now, the one thing that they have here, they call it Black Forest cake, but it's like this almond meringue torte thing, and it's got buttercream in between the layers and chocolate shavings.
I'm
my
drooling.
God. Oh, if I could figure out a way to bring it down to New Orleans and pack it and not have it get smushed, I will do it. Because when our friend turned 40, they got like this great big sheet cake version of it for his birthday cake. And we had that and great.
Oh, wow.
It was so freaking amazing. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. And this is one of those things where it's like, oh, is it going to be, it's kind of like a pavlova, but not really.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And like I said, it's just like the meringues and chocolate and buttercream, and it's just stupid good. And it's a local bakery in Fort Worth that does it.
That sounds so good.
That does sound so good. We need like a dessert bar now.
That's not Black Forest cake. I'm like, no, not really. It's Swiss Black Forest cake. But, you know, you can
Black
keep
Forest cake, that's the one with the cherries, right?
the chocolate and the cherries and the glaze and like chocolate sponge cake.
Yes.
Yeah. This is totally not that, but it's so good.
How did we wind up on this subject?
I don't
Oh, we were talking about what we had for
Cool Whip.
Thanksgiving.
And Cool Whip.
Blame Don Draper.
All the things Cool Whip would be good with. Have you guys ever heard of Ready Whip?
Yeah. in the
Okay,
can?
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready Whip, and then there's another thing called Dream Whip, which winds up like Cool Whip once you put it in the mixer.
Oh, I never liked the Dream Whip. It always tasted funny.
Really?
To me, it did. Because it's like, I'd rather have Cool Whip.
Well, like the Dream Whip, they told you to mix it with milk, but I'd say fuck that, and I'd mix it with cream. It came out really good that way.
That's probably why it came out really good. Because you didn't follow the directions, Valerie.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, I know. Oh, speaking of not following the directions, and all we had in the house was goat milk one time. And I made
wait.
We had
Hold up. How did you wind up with goat milk in your house? That's not something you just have in your house.
No, well, that's all Al drinks. I didn't have any like half and half.
Really?
Usually, yeah, it's good.
I did not know this about
This sounds
you.
weird. Goat milk is really good.
Oh, yeah, I know that, but it's not normally a staple here in the States. It's not.
Yeah, well, they carry it here at our Tom Thumb.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like $7 a half gallon, but they carry it. But I made that stupid, cheap store brand macaroni and cheese with it, with like the powdered cheese.
Yes.
Oh, you mean like the Kraft just in the the rectangular box? Kraft macaroni
not
and
even
cheese?
Kraft. It was a store brand.
And like a drop of goat milk.
Yeah. With the goat milk, like the quarter cup of goat milk instead of the regular milk.
Right.
It was so good. It came out so creamy.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, that's what I got. And I'm hungry. It's like, oh my God. It doesn't even taste like it's 79 cents a box.
That sounds delicious. But you just jogged a memory of mine. The reason why we don't have Kraft macaroni and cheese in our house is Robert has a problem. He used to open up the Kraft macaroni and cheese, grab the cheese packet, and sprinkle it on whatever he had.
Oh my gosh.
Popcorn, pizza, whatever. He always stole the fucking cheese packets. So when I went to go make macaroni and cheese for the kids, all I had was elbow noodles.
Right.
Elbow noodles and nothing. Oh my God.
So I'm like, okay, kids, sorry, butter noodles again.
Do you remember the deluxe dinner that came in the cheese? It was like basically Velveeta in a can.
Yeah.
And then they came
out with the shells and cheese right after that.
with the in the bag. But yeah, we used to get that as kids. And when Al found we were together, and I went and grabbed that. He's like, because he said get macaroni and cheese, and I grabbed that. He goes, I'm like, well, this is not the right one. This is not the right one. You guys are fancy. Sorry.
So going back to Al never trying Cool Whip, and I can't think of anything for myself, but is there anything you guys, like people have tried, it's popular, people love it, but you've never tried it before? And I'm curious from our listeners too, if you have in that same boat where it's so popular and for some reason you've never tried Tootsie Rolls or whatever. But I mean, I can't think of anything for myself, but I'm fascinated when people haven't tried things that are mainstream and popular and legal.
Yeah, it's like you said.
I like how you typed it out. That was
I'm
great.
thinking like cocaine or something. I mean, doesn't qualify.
What haven't you guys tried? Well, let me think of the things I haven't tried. Let's see.
Because it made me think of it too, because I was watching Jimmy Fallon and Post Malone was on there, and they went to Olive Garden together, and Jimmy Fallon had never been to an Olive Garden. And I thought, what?
How do you not go to an Olive Garden and grow up in the 90s?
Did they go on about how Post Malone worked at Chick-fil-A?
No, they didn't at all.
Well, okay, I will share with everyone. I've got a Post Malone story. One of Al's, the dentist he works with, who's a friend of his, the one with the son who's the hockey player. Mm-hmm. Well, the son who's a hockey player went to high school with Post Malone and hung out with Post Malone. Because Post Malone grew up in like the most suburban of suburban middle class, upper middle class towns here in Texas, aka South Lake. But his high school job was at the Grapevine Chick-fil-A, because apparently he gave away a bunch of his limited edition Crocs there last week.
Limited edition Crocs.
Yeah, like
they still sell Crocs?
I don't know. The whole thing is so like screwed up. I'm like, and you've got this 49-year-old dentist all thrilled because his son, he knows Post Malone. It's like, dude, you're bragging about knowing a 25-year-old guy with face tattoos. Come on now, John.
That's the thing. It's like, Devin and I were talking about like the face tattoos and the trend of, tattoos having sleeves and having your whole leg tattooed. Yeah. I'm like, do you know now you have the middle-aged ladies with a tramp stamps, which were so cool when we were younger, right?
Yeah.
But now the sleeve, the tattoo sleeve, that's going to be the new tramp stamp. So when you're 40, you're going to look down and be like, should I have done that?
Yeah.
Imagine the droop. I mean...
Oh man, Drew. Oh, I've got the worst droop story ever, and it goes back 20 some years. We were in Miami Beach on vacation. It was like the first vacation Al and I took together, and so here comes Willie Nelson walking down towards the beach at us, pretty much. it wasn't really Willie Nelson, but like old timer, all, way too much sun and kind
looking
of
like leather at this
stringy.
point. Yeah.
And stringy and skinny, and he had the Willie beard and everything else, and has on what I'm thinking are bad enough a black Speedo.
Oh,
but,
dear.
we were up along that stretch of Miami Beach, which was near where Versace lived and News Cafe and all of that on South Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And we're walking our way, and he's walking the other way, and I made the mistake of turning around.
Oops.
It was a thong.
Oh,
And he had
gosh.
a big old heart tattooed on his ass. And his ass was shriveled and non-existent.
You know
And
what? He wasn't
God.
ashamed, though.
No, he had no shame at all. But it was like,
I have to kind of applaud that. It's like, good for you.
ooh,
You go,
it's
Glen
like,
Coco.
it's like, yeah, you got to worry about when you lose all that collagen when you get old if you're thinking about a tattoo. Always factor in the collagen loss.
That's why it's better to get it done when you're later in life, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like think about it first, and then in your 40s, if you still want it, then go for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, because you're already able to compensate for gravity. You're not doing calculations.
Martinis. I've never tried a martini.
You've never
Okay.
tried a martini?
Yes, never tried it.
Interesting, especially you liking gin and vodka.
I love both.
Neither have I. Come to think of it.
A martini?
Yeah. I've never actually had a martini because
Wow.
it's like all liquor. Well,
Yeah,
I'm scared
that's
to drink a straight
exactly it. No, well,
I'm
I should
scared to
say
drink and I hate vermouth, so.
I can do
Okay.
well. That would ruin it, I guess, for you. But I love dirty martinis, gin. And I can't do vodka. If you know me,
Okay,
you know
so
I
that's going to be the thing next time we get together.
can't. Yeah.
I've never had a tequila sunrise.
Oh, okay. So you didn't mention alcohol, Angela.
Yeah, that's legal.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had margaritas, but I've never had a tequila sunrise.
Okay.
I can think
And
of a few
tequila and
mixed
I
drinks
don't
I've
get
never
along.
had. Old fashioned, Manhattan, and I would love to try an old fashioned.
Oh.
I love old fashions. I had
So
a really
we'll
good
just
one
put,
in
I'm just
Denver.
going to list these things. Okay, these are things we need to try on this trip.
Yeah, alcohol
We'll try
bucket
this
list.
together.
Okay. Well, we all have had Cool Whip, so we can't try that.
Yeah, no.
I've never had lemon curd,
Lemon curd.
like in a cake or anything else, which seems to be super popular as a filling.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's kind of like lemon pudding, sort of
Yeah.
ish.
I'm trying to think of other things I haven't tried because we're planning a trip.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I've had alligator, I've had crawfish.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of all the popular things down there.
Right.
I've never eaten a snake. Not gonna.
No, I haven't either.
I have no interest. But yeah, martini, definitely got to try one.
Okay.
I might like it.
Well, I think we're all of us being Gen X, that we were raised by parents who are like, you're going to eat whatever's in front of you.
Right.
Yes.
It was part of it. And we also had parents who were also a little more ambitious, and as far as the variety of things people have ended up eating.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, I'll try things before I'll just go, oh God, I'm not eating that.
Right.
No, sometimes my brain will decide, nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was that kid. Be like,
yeah.
nope.
Kidneys never in a million years.
Yeah, you've never tried it?
No.
My mom tried to sneak it on me once, and it was not good.
Menudo was a big fat nope.
Yeah. No.
No?
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I'm trying to think. There's probably, if it's something I haven't tried, it has to be with the fast food. Like
I've never had mole.
Really? Oh my God, that's my favorite.
Yeah. I've never had mole. Well, we've never been any place where I trust it to try it.
Yeah.
Fast food. God, is there any fast food?
I think I've tried most everything. I mean, what is there? In-N-Out Burger. So I've had that. White Castle. I've had that.
I've never had it. I don't think I've had an In-N-Out burger.
I
'Cause
think
I've
there
never
was like one in Las Vegas.
Yeah, there was one in Las Vegas. It was like on Trop.
Yeah.
I just was like, yeah, whatever. It's a hamburger. By that stage of the game, I was kind of like, it's a hamburger.
It's
Whatever.
delicious.
It is delicious.
It's a must try if you get
Fresh.
West. Yeah, fresh, delicious. Dick's comes close, which is like a fresh burger joint in Seattle. Comes close, but not fast food though. Dick's not fast food.
Yeah.
Maybe? No, I've had a Frappuccino, but not many. I'm not a big, I don't know.
Fan.
I've never had a Frappuccino either. Cold
Okay, put
coffee
that-
is just, it's like,
Put that down on your list.
Yeah.
I had never tried a pink drink until about 2 months ago, and look at me. I love
look at-
that.
Now you're an addict.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's my go-to.
I'm thinking we're going to have to convert this to an after show because an hour has gone by and we haven't talked about the holidays really.
Yeah, no.
Well, I'm sorry. It's Cool Whip. I'm sorry. It's Cool Whip. Cool Whip again.
Well, the conversation we're having is interesting to me.
Oh yeah. It's like, well,
all right.
It's like, okay, yeah. There's weird things. What have you never had? I've never had the fish sandwich at Burger King.
What do they call that? Like a whaler or something?
Yeah, the whaler. I think that's what it was called.
Ugh. Yeah, no.
I've never had a McRib because everybody goes on about the McRib. I've never had
it
one.
once and it's not good.
I've had a taste of all this stuff because of Brad. So, like, I never had White Castle before I met Brad. I never have bought a McRib for myself, but I've tasted his.
See, I don't like the White Castle burgers, but they used to have great fries.
McDonald's has a lobster roll in Maine that they serve, and it's seasonal.
I did have McDonald's in Paris.
Oh, what do they call that there?
McDonald's.
No, I mean, their sandwiches are named different.
I forget.
Something
the Big
royal.
Mac. I don't remember.
I don't know.
It was 20 years ago. I guess we'll have to go back. It's a demon trip.
Yeah.
Oh, God. No, because the time we went to Paris, and this was in 2003, when I took those pictures of my children under the Eiffel Tower looking mad as shit. We stopped by a food truck and they had McCain's French fries, and McCain's is a company up in Maine that Robert's dad used to work for.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, how am I seeing this in Paris? And they're going to serve McCain's French fries in France. And I'm like, I don't know. It was wild. Yeah.
What the what?
It was wild. It was a surreal moment. But we had two angry kids that we had to get out of there. So
Yeah, well,
we tried feeding them to shut them up, but
didn't work.
Didn't work. They were mad. I told you guys the story. We wound up in Paris and we told the kids we're going to Paris, and Disneyland's going to be there. So
Euro
yay.
Disney?
Yeah. Well, now they call it Disneyland Paris. So
okay.
Yeah.
It was Euro Disney back then.
back when they opened it. Yeah. So we're like, well, we're going to go to Disney. And this is their first experience with Disney. So they're all excited, but Asa didn't grip it in his head that we were going to do Paris that first day and then Disneyland the next day. So he was salty the whole time we were in Paris.
Jeez, that's horrible.
Poor guy. Anyway.
And from what I understand from like Disney aficionados, Euro Disney kind of sucks.
It's pretty much the same thing, except, the castle looks different. It's like a very European castle. It's not that Disney castle, the Magic
Like
Kingdom.
Anaheim.
Why would they
like
change it? You
Anaheim.
can see a European castle anywhere. I mean,
I don't know. They styled it that way.
Just didn't, maybe the French just did not want to model a Neuschwanstein in the middle of their country.
Yeah.
There was still some hard feelings, maybe.
Right. I mean, there's Space Mountain and Thunder Mountain. They didn't have the Hall of Presidents, but Small World was still there.
No.
So it's a small world. They had that.
Don't. Please, God,
that's the
no.
stuff of nightmares.
It's the earworm of nightmares.
I know. And all the little mechanical people are clacking around.
Oh, God.
How do we know that wasn't like mind control? Like everyone that goes through there gets some sort of brainwashing.
I know.
God, wasn't that a movie with like George Clooney?
I mean, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, they had teacups. They had everything.
The teacups.
Yeah, they had everything that they
Don't
had
ever get on
Dumbo
the
Ride,
teacups hungover.
Pirates of the Caribbean. It was all there.
Oh,
It's
see,
just-
I love Pirates of the Caribbean, and this was probably before that time. Is the Indiana Jones ride that's at Anaheim? I love that. It's not a classic, but and the Jungle Boats are always fun.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So, yeah, that's that. We should get to our housekeeping
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
real quick.
Sorry, we could be talking all day. About
I know.
these people.
You don't say.
Happy holidays. You get us talking a
Yes.
lot.
Merry Christmas! You guys just got a free after show.
All right, let's go on to housekeeping.
We just stuffed their stockings with an after show.
housekeeping. Who wants to go?
Funny and insightful. 5 stars in Apple Podcasts by DIT from the UK.
cool.
This is a great podcast. The hosts, the lovely Lady Demons, have a knowledgeable but often lighthearted take on the All Souls universe and sometimes other slightly off-piste comments.
Thus this episode.
Yes.
Love it in them.
Perfect example.
Thank you so much, DIT.
Oh, thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Good review.
Thank you for driving in the ditch with us.
Yes.
We brought snacks this time.
Yeah, that's true.
Lots of them, yes.
Our thoughts of snacks, apparently. Apparently we're hungry. Angela, what do you have?
I have a 5-star Apple podcast review, too.
Another one!
By the way, we're at 93 reviews, and I would not be mad if we made it to 100 by the end of the year.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh. That would be a hell of a Christmas present.
A gauntlet thrown.
1-star, 2-star, 3-star. You can wait till next year.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. This one comes from Books Are Joy from the United States.
Oh. Okay.
And they say, this is by far the best of the multiple podcasts about the All Souls trilogy.
My God, you flatter.
The hosts are intelligent, insightful women with wicked senses of humor. I wish we knew more about them, as they strike me as accomplished individuals. It may be, however, that hosting even a delightful podcast about vampires, witches, and demons may not necessarily be considered career-enhancing achievements in their chosen fields. I have to say, I did not put that on my review this year.
No. I do this podcast about books.
Yeah.
I admire them for having the courage to disregard the possibility in order to share their love of these novels and the related British TV show with others of like mind. I'm one such person, and judging by the high ratings of their podcast, there are many other such persons. The podcast is a delight. Thank you, Books Are Joy.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Yeah, so basically that review says we're putting our time and energy in this shit. It's not getting a shit. How's that? That's one way to read it.
That's not
But
true.
that's not how she was putting it. I
No.
understand what she was saying. And yes, this is a passion project of ours. So thank you so much for recognizing that.
Yes.
And our daily lives sometimes is so ridiculous and fraught that this is what we use for therapy.
For therapy, yes.
Yes.
I have to say, these people who leave reviews they articulate so well, and I appreciate the time it takes to do that, because that's not just something you can let your fingers start flying on the keyboard and boom, out comes the review. So these are like well thought out, and I appreciate the kind feedback. It means a lot to me.
And the time that they take to
Yes,
compose it.
100%.
It's way better than my eBay reviews. A++, just as Stella said.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I write book reviews, and I can tell you that it's like sometimes they take some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I really appreciate that a great deal.
thank you so much for our reviews. So
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. That last one, you just listened to this episode, so you know a lot about us already.
Yeah.
If you want to know more, you can always listen to the after show. Patreon.com/Demons Discuss. Yeah. I'm not sure you're going to like what you hear, but it's there. It's there for everybody.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Exactly.
As we always say, this episode is a perfect example of an after show.
Yes.
So, if you don't mind this and you want a little more for $2, go ahead. Knock yourself
Yes.
out.
Yes.
Yeah. We swim in the ditch over there. Okay. So this is an email from Lindsay. Hello, Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay.
And this is one that we didn't have time to read on some of our latest episodes. So I'm going to take the time and read it now. So as Jean said, we can start with a clean slate for next year, for the new year. It says, Dear Demons, I have been meaning to send in a discusser email for several weeks, but I keep putting it off because I didn't have my thoughts completely figured out about these recent chapters. But I figured if I wait until my thoughts are all coherent, then we can all be waiting a very long time.
I feel you.
Yeah.
She goes
on
my
to
life.
say, yeah. Deb never ceases to amaze me. She's able to grapple with such intense subject matter and weave it into scenes so naturally. The Bedlam scene really struck a chord with me. When Matthew is fighting with Diana, she's trying to convince him to let go physically and emotionally of Kit and Louisa. And then he shouts, "They tried to kill you!" Then he goes on to explain why they're guilty and awful. This scene is such a beautiful example of projection. Matthew treats them as he believes he should be treated. I believe this is true for many of us. The way we treat others often reflects our own sense of self. The people who are the most cruel are often the ones who are in immense pain. I once had a professor say, we are all more than the worst thing we have ever done. And this is such a loaded phrase. For whatever reason, sometimes we are unable to forgive others, and sometimes we are unable to forgive ourselves. I appreciate this scene so much because it highlights how our own pain and fear follows us around until we deal with it. Matthew's vampire strength allows him to lug around monumental amounts of emotional baggage. Matthew's a very smart person, and he's been around for a very long time, and even he has trouble letting go of his pain and guilt. Hopefully this chapter can help us all be kinder to ourselves as we figure out what luggage we want to keep carrying around. Thank you for all of your work. I really appreciate it. Your show always brightens up my week. Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay.
Wow.
thank you, Lindsay.
That was really perceptive.
Yes.
It was, and it's something that's why I kind of like gravitated towards it. I'm like, oh, that's like an end of year thing. So
That is.
Yeah.
That's a great
Good
thought
reflection.
to carry to the new year.
yeah. Whew, that was deep, y'all. Yeah. And I constantly, this one's got me thinking, I constantly think that people do what works for them, and that's true. But this is also true. It's like when you see a really cruel person out there, they're just projecting their pain. When they're cruel,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So I don't know. Some people I have empathy for, some people I don't. How's that?
Sounds human.
It sounds human.
Yeah.
And it's like at some point in your life, you have to come to grips with cruel isn't the way to do it.
Right.
And when you reach adulthood, at that point, you have a choice. Do I keep being cruel because it works for me, or do I try another way? Because this is not fulfilling my life in any other way. But some people just don't learn. They just continue to be cruel and
Right.
fight back and lash out. And I don't know.
Project.
Project a lot. And on that note, after this break, you guys, we're going to do last thoughts and things we can't let go of, and then we'll close it for the year. This podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you like to listen to your podcasts. You can contact us. Send us your thoughts. Email us at demonsdiscuss@gmail.com. Leave us a voicemail at 360-519-7836. By the way, your carrier rates apply here. Or leave one for free on SpeakPipe. SpeakPipe.com/demonsdiscuss. Now, if you can't remember any of that, go to go.demonsdiscuss.com/contact. And all that information will be there. You can also become a discusser there, fill out the form, and bam, you're a discusser. And the link to join our Facebook group is there too. Visit our main site, demonsdomain.com. And if you really feel like deep diving, go to visit.demonsdomain.com/masterpost. And you can read interviews, geek out with Weekly Geeks about All Souls Universe. Read about the characters. Keep that geek flag flying, guys. Do you like what we do? Help us fund what we do. Go to patreon.com/demonsdiscuss. Make sure you follow us on social media. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at Demons Discuss. If you're liking what you're hearing and you want to tell the world about it, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We love them. We read them. It's wonderful. Also, it keeps Angela alive, and we need her around, okay? Keep Angela alive! All right, anybody have any last thoughts? I know, that was a heavy email.
Yeah.
It was.
Thank you, Lindsay, by the way, if
Yeah.
I didn't thank you before.
Were you doing reflections here?
Yeah.
All right.
Who wants to reflect?
I don't know. I guess I'm doing a quiet reflection.
Yes.
I mean, right before we started to record, I was watching that little clip from Fred Rogers accepting his Emmy, and he was saying, think of who made a difference in your life. And he said, take 10 seconds. And it was a whole audience of, TV stars. And he started his little watch in 10 seconds, and everyone reflected, and there was tears and everything. And he said, now imagine those people, how happy they are that they've made such a difference in your life. But just reflecting on the year, I mean, we've come a long way. We've been in this for a long time, and we're going to continue on the journey. And it's been a blast. It's had ups, it's had downs. It's been crazy. It's been fun. But I can't wait to look forward to another year of it. See what 2020 brings.
Wow. Who's brought you joy in your life, Angela?
I think it's my oracle cards. I'm not even kidding. I love doing them every morning, and they're angel oracle cards, and they're so pretty, and they're so uplifting, and they're so cleansing. And like I said, I do my affirmations, I do my cleansing prayer, I do my protection prayer. Doesn't matter what religion you are. They're for everybody. And I think that's bringing me joy. It's sparking my joy.
That's good. That's good. All right, Jean. So you.
I think my reflection is next year I've got to do a little bit more self-care.
Yes.
I spread myself
we all do.
too thin and over obligate myself.
Yeah.
Angela, I think I need to have the volunteer intervention we gave you a few years back.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
It's good for the mind, body, and spirit too.
Right.
Yes.
We're going to do some joint self-care in March.
Yes,
the three of us.
Yes.
That'll
That'll
be
be good.
extremely beneficial for us all.
Yes.
It's always good to touch base physically with your tribe.
Absolutely.
And create memories and after show fodder.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's one of our cohorts in crime found a drink today in DC that sounds vaguely familiar and something we might want to have on our trip in March.
Is this after show fodder, or could you share?
Dr. Shelley found a place in DC that was basically serving a corpse reviver revved up with absinthe.
Oh.
I'm on board for that.
All right. That's how this trip's going to go. Got it.
You're going to go see Julia again.
Oh, wow.
But it looked delicious. It was they called it Frankenstein's Monster, I think.
Oh, wow.
And it was gin and absinthe and triple sec and lemon juice. And there was one other thing in it, but it was basically a corpse reviver with absinthe.
That sounds good.
And it even came in the same kind of glass, like when we were at the Green Door.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Our trip to the haunted brothel.
So more self-care for you.
Yes.
So what's that going to entail besides our planned trip?
See, you're putting me on the spot. I haven't quite figured this out yet. I might steal some of Angela's ideas.
It's fine. That's why we share.
Yeah.
And like I said, trying to claw back some of my own time.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
yes.
I think for my self-care, I'm going to take more social media breaks because the last month has been so nice and peaceful to my brain and everything.
Yeah.
And when I think of it, I mean, I've always been on online communities since their inception, but before social media, especially Facebook, has sucked me in. I think that was around 2008. That's when I joined. Mm-hmm. It has gotten more and more toxic to me.
Toxic for
And,
sure.
and I blame Zuckerberg and the things he's doing with it.
Yeah. So for me to take a break, I mean, I am still on there. I'll still see a crazy meme and post it or share something because they're funny or pertinent to me, but I don't share my information on there anymore. Nothing. I mean, I just don't find it, especially if they're catering to me. So far, I mean, they spy on me already as far as ads and everything. Like Jean will send me something over Messenger. Next thing I know, I'm getting served ads on that.
Yeah.
Oh, are we talking about the shoes from the other day?
Yes.
And I still haven't bought them, but
The Allbirds. Definitely
Yeah.
buy those. Those are good. Good shoes.
I know.
I mean, I don't need ads served to me, but they know what ads. Almost exactly. And I think we've had the discussion, Angela, about how if you're not careful, the app will listen to you.
yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
My Jeopardy game.
Yeah.
Ask questions about our conversations all the time. It does. It does. In fact, I was even helping Harlow with an inventor project, and we had to look up like 24 inventors. And just by me looking them up, an inventor question came up in Jeopardy.
Oh, that's creepy.
It is creepy. Ace and I were discussing, this is about a year ago, we were discussing BMWs, and he was thinking about trading in his FRS for a used BMW. And we were talking about the pros and cons of BMWs. I mean, like, they're great machines until a certain mile point, and then all of a sudden shit starts breaking. And all of a sudden, can you afford those parts? Because those parts are something, and there's not a lot of, it's not like some cars like Hondas where you can find a different brand that makes the same parts.
Yeah,
for cheaper.
aftermarket parts for BMW are non-existent.
non-existent. You have to buy them from BMW.
And sometimes I swear the Mini aftermarket parts are more expensive than the OEMs.
Oh, girl, you don't have to tell me nothing. And then I was telling Asa, I said, I have to buy my parts through Mini, and Mini is BMW is their parent company. So I'm essentially giving my money to the BMW group. So I'm telling you, at this point in your life, do you want to spend that kind of money on maintenance on a car you plan to keep for a while? And okay, so I'm losing the story. Anyway, I get back onto my Facebook and I'm getting served BMW, Northwest BMW, come and trade yours in today. And, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And the app was listening to me. So I had to go in and turn off the microphone on that app.
Ugh.
Same with Instagram. It listens to you. It spies on you. So a lot of that toxicity I don't like it. It feels very Big Brother to me, only because in middle school, we had to read 1984, a lot of George Orwell, a lot of, and all that stuff sticks with me.
Yeah.
It's Animal Farm, all of that. And I see a lot of that in today's society and no one even cares. So that's a point of depression for me. So I have to take a breather sometimes. And like I said before, it's nothing to do with you all, my Facebook friends. It is me.
I get it.
It is me. Yep. Other than that, for us demons, the year has been stellar.
Oh, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
We got to go to Cardiff.
Oh my gosh.
Go to Cardiff. We have a whole new audience via the TV show who listen to our episodes covering the TV show.
And welcome. We are so happy to have you here.
Well, exactly. We're so happy to have you. Let me see here. Here's some things that I've been slacking on, and I apologize now, and I will work on being better. And that's because when you know better, you do better, and you do better. So the thing is, our Facebook group, I have not been adding people because I haven't really been on Facebook. And honestly, you can ask anybody in our Facebook group. They have not seen my face unless I was reposting something. I've been out of there. I'm going to do better. I'm going to strategically log onto Facebook and actually participate and try to limit myself, but I had to cut myself free. So there's that. I'm going to do better with discusser emails. This is kind of a New Year's resolution type of thing as far as demon work. I really want to reach out to all of you for discusser emails. And like we said, we're only going to do 3 of them per episode, unless we get a voicemail. We can throw a voicemail on top of that, but still write in. Don't get discouraged. We do save the emails. They go in our housekeeping folder and we pull them up later. So not just reviews get read on housekeeping. We read old emails too, as we just demonstrated. So don't be shy. Please write in. There's definitely that. I know there's other stuff. Oh, so goals. Hey, we want to reach 100 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Any other goals you have for us? Can you guys think of any? I don't know.
Let me reflect and get back to you in January.
Yes.
In January.
Yes.
That'll be our last words for our first New Year's episode.
Yeah. Are doing this podcast, it blew up into something that we weren't expecting. We were expecting this to be a supplement to our blogging activities, but this took over.
Yes.
So this is kind of our main deal now. But this is the only aspect of us being demons that I constantly want to improve. Me personally, as far as sound and how we format things and making sure we come out through to you guys and we continue to be friendly and accessible and stuff like that. I don't ever want to get to the point where we're so aloof or unreachable. We definitely want to stay that way, stay accessible to people. And I know it's getting harder as our audience is getting bigger, but there's going to be some things that we're going to need to adjust and change. And I just hope you guys have patience with us as we do that. Mm-hmm. Anything else? Can you think of anything
and I
else?
resolved to get the store set up.
That's right. Yeah. So Jean is now in charge of doing the store. She's working on it.
Not the Redbubble store, just the Etsy store.
Just the Etsy store. She's working on that right now as we speak.
Which means I'll get a whip in a chair and I'll have to force Valerie to make some more jewelry soon.
That's my pleasure.
Mustache.
I don't mind doing stuff like that. Photoshop or sitting down with the jewelry and the pliers. I love it. I'll do it. But yeah, it's the other stuff that kind of gets me. I was like, Patreon. I have to go through and get our end of year stuff ready for her taxes and stuff. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. I mean, there's the business aspect of things that I'm still wrapping my head around, and I think I got a hold of it. But like at a certain point, I have to sit down and say, okay, what's our spending like? Do we have our receipts? Do I have this? Because I don't want to get nailed by the IRS.
Yeah, because there are aspects of this that are not fun, people.
But we try to keep it fun. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we weren't expecting all of this, but here we are, a solid 3 years into it, going on our 4th year.
Wow.
I know.
We started in 2016. Yep.
And 2020 is going to be, I'm sure, another year of growth and change.
Yeah.
Our favorite book is going to be on screen.
I know.
I'm so excited for this.
I didn't think of it that way.
I know. I'm trepidatious for that reason. And I'm kind of glad it's going to be at the end of the year. So it'll allow us time to not rush through Shadow of Night, complete it the way it's supposed to be done, and then enter into Book of Life until the TV show. And then we can.
Which makes sense. I mean, I would think a Discovery of Witches TV has the same approach, why they're not giving us a lot of publicity shots or behind the scenes shots, because they have almost a whole year, well, at least a good 3/4 of it to prep us for the next premiere. So,
and our favorite Discovery of Witches TV person probably has his hands full with something else right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Mr. Liam.
Mr. Liam and his Dark Materials. I'm sure that is occupying all of his bandwidth.
I feel like he's
now.
cheating on us.
I know. I'm like, God, you're being. I looked on their Instagram account today, and I'm like, November 2nd, you're being unfaithful to us, Liam.
Yes.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? On that note, let's say goodbye, everybody.
Wait.
What? What?
I've been sitting here patiently waiting for the end because right next to the magic 8 balls down here, I have 101 ho-ho holiday jokes. So
Okay.
I wanted to leave you with this. How do vampires sign their holiday cards?
How?
Best vicious.
Okay, for real. On that note,
Yes.
let's say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Demon kiss. Mwah. Under the mistletoe.
Yay! We'll see you next year.